Sentencing today for a Bismarck couple in the death of their 2-year-old child from fentanyl poisoning in January.
District Court Judge Pam Nesvig sentenced Jasmine Charging and Jordan Many-Ribs to 25 years in prison. Justin Gick has more.
Before District Court Judge Pam Nesvig handed down her decision, both sides were allowed to state what recommendations they had for sentencing. State's Attorney Dennis Ingold says there were many factors in this case to why the state was asking for a significant prison sentence.
The theme of this case is that when that child was in distress, when they should have been calling 911, when they should have been getting help, they were thinking about themselves. So that's why we're asking for the 15 years to serve.
Jasmine Charging's attorney, Richard Sand, says he was not trying to minimize what happened in this situation. However, he says this was different from a case where you have a drug dealer selling pills that are killing people.
You have a person that's a drug addict, that's living in a cycle of addiction, and it's ugly, and something incredibly terrible happened because of it.
Jordan Many-Ribs attorney Grant Walker says both are taking full responsibility for what happened and understood there would be a sentencing. However, he says there were some positive things that happened because of that, with not only Charging, but Many-Ribs.
Since he's been out on bond, he hasn't committed any violations of the laws. He's had absolutely cooperated with pretrial services. There's been no write-ups.
After the attorneys gave their recommendations, Charging and Many-Ribs were allowed to address the court with their statements.
I didn't mean for this to happen. And if I could, I would wish I could take it back. My addiction took everything from me.
Many-Ribs says he had a hard road since the death of his child, and it is something that he has to live with the rest of his life.
What I'm going through right now is really hard, you know, and I have to take that consequence too, you know, and it's kind of hard, like, being judged a lot by other people.
After their statements, Judge Nesvig made her decision. She says what was deeply troubling to the court was the fact that this addiction led to something tragic.
One child will never speak again. That child does not have a voice. That child does not have an opportunity to live their life.
Charging and Many-Ribs will have to serve at least 12 years in prison before they're eligible for parole. In Bismarck, I'm Justin Gick reporting for your news leader.